Hey everybody, it's Johan Heiden, and I'm back with the Italian versus Heiden campaign. It's March 1st and 2nd turns, 1942. I reviewed March 1st, and there was very little that happened. GIGABYTE launched a strike and didn't do a whole lot. It was a strat bombing attack in Australia. Oh, great. Mines in Rockhampton. I'm getting sick of these. Oh, come on, man. Whatever. So I apparently last turn his subs laid mines in Rockhampton, so I put some minesweepers out to get him, and I just hit one. He's really been amping up the pressure on me with his subs. They're all over the place right now. Look at that. See, look. Anyway, yeah, GIGABYTE launched a strike, and very else of interest happened, so I'm combining these videos. The one thing I'm seeing here is a lot of stupid Allied submarines are driving me nuts. Ugh, come on, man. Alright, speaking of Allied subs, they are chasing GIGABYTE right now. Alright, these are Dutch subs. Why they're all the way in Australia, I have no idea. Okay, Allied AMs are hanging out near Albany. I'm not quite sure what the purpose of them is. Okay, I-164 takes some hits. I'm gonna move more subs down here to cover this. Okay, we got a couple dot bases to take this turn. How many mines did he bring in here? Jesus. Okay, another Dutch sub hanging out. And once again, my useless ASW can do nothing to them. Alright, I got ASW aircraft operating against these subs here. Okay, sweeping over Brisbane and no fighters there. Okay, I got some nails upbringing out of Geraldton. We're trying to slow down enemy advances here. Alright, here we go. GIGABYTE, big strike on Sydney. This is almost all the aircraft we got. We should be able to do a lot of damage here. Right? Wow. Are you kidding me? 250 aircraft, and that's all we get for hits. That's bullcrap. Dude, man. Gary, get lost, dude. You're stupid. Whatever. That's ridiculous, dude. I kinda hate this game sometimes. The amount of Allied bias is out of control. Okay, bombing here to try to slow these Chinese down. That's a lot of them. trying to slow these guys down. I'm afraid they're going to open up that hex side. They should be knocking him out of move mode. Alright. Well, I'll tell you what. Good thing you didn't have fighters up in Sydney, guys, because my sweeps are coming in a little bit late here. Alright, that was a crappy air phase. Not happy with it. Canceled due to weather. Great. Alright, here we go. Shock attack here. I think we can break through. I hope. No. Day 2 here. I attacked you yesterday and just can't quite get in, but we're taking very little losses now. I think one more turn and we'll be able to break it. Like, these guys are folding up pretty hard now. And they have no supply. Okay, bombarding at Clark, and we're not taking counter battery. We now have more AV than he does there. God, this is getting to be a dangerous situation here. Okay, well, we push these guys out. Nice casualties there. That unit is basically done for. Deliberate attack on the Ankang mode. And let's feeding this Chinese core fragment here. Bombardment at Malang. He's still got lots of ammo there. And dot base. Allied bombardment at Brisbane. Hmm. 2,000 AV there. That's crazy. And the Allies are bombarding us at Toowoomba. And then shock attack here to some paratroopers just trying to capture these bases. Team Okea. Dot base. Dot base. And another dot base in Australia because I don't like green on my map. I want to see red. And another one, Wyndham. And Lahat. Nice. Things are really picking up here on what's it called? What is this place called? Sumatra. Okay, let's take a look at this. Another disappointing day. Strat points are barely creeped up 100 points in 2 days with huge KB strikes, which is really crappy. Aircraft losses today, another 8 for us. 2 Sallies, 2 zeros, and a smattering of other stuff. 1 pilot lost, 3 pilots killed. That sucks. Ship sunk last turn. One of these pretty decent minesweepers that I don't have a lot of just got lost, so that kind of sucks. Ground losses did go up quite a bit for the Allies this turn. Yeah, there you go. Northern Pacific, nothing happening up here. It's great. Allied subs are pushed south out of Agoshima, which sucks though because I was using these island chains to run my ships up, and now they're going to be down in here. So I think what we need to do is send some seaplanes to Chichijima and have them scout to the north so we can keep a corridor open for my ships coming in and out of the Bonin Islands. I'm going to have them kind of leapfrog through here, skip to there, and then go up into Yokohama, but enemy subs have been a problem. In China, so we just defeated this glob of units here, so now I can get these guys back on the road. We'll divide them up. Here, we're just about ready to defeat this stack next turn. We're going to hit it one more time. I got this unit coming into the hex next turn, so I'll probably have them go into reserve mode so they can pursue if we're successful in defeating this stack next turn, which I think we will. We have almost all of our armor set up here to do it. These guys, we're going to tell them to... I'm going to put them in reserve to fall back here because they're kind of beat up. The other armored units look fine. And these guys are falling back. They're pretty well beat. And these divisions are just saving up strength. Here, he got one unit into the hex, which is a bit of a concern. I don't see any move arrows for anything else. I think what he's trying to do is open up these hex sides here to allow these guys to fall back towards Chungking, which would not be good. So I've got additional reinforcements coming into the hex next turn to assist with that. And I think we will deliberate attack here to push these guys back into Tianshui. At that point, we need to think about going into that hex side to close it up. And then I really need to start pushing this way, but I need these troops freed up to push this way. And it looks like he's maneuvering here, probably to get in behind me and lock us in. So I need to think about defeating this stack soon so we can push forward. Enemy P-38s are still hanging out in their quiet limb, but I'm not quite sure how much longer they'll be doing that. And the other thing here, which I'm really disappointed in, is that he moved into this hex site here. I was bombing him every day. There's no way he could have got in there that fast. If he's in move mode and not combat mode, he should only be able to move like 8 hexes a day. 8 miles a day. But somehow he got in there before this unit was able to exit. And that's a pain in the butt because now that hex side's open, these guys can escape. So now I have to send these guys south to close the hex side and then keep them locked in. I gotta keep them out of here. Now, if these guys start moving this way, it's gonna be an even bigger problem. So I got a problem down here keeping these guys bottled up. If this 1300 AV breaks loose, we have a huge problem on our hands down here, guys. And I don't really want to deal with this right now. All right, more suicide attempts here. These guys just continue to get stronger and better every time they attack. In Burma, I am so close to getting into Pao Shan. I'm keeping these guys moving. This is a shock attack, which isn't ideal, but I think we have enough stuff to get through. Actually, what I need to do is wait for reinforcements to get in. And then we can shock attack together. A lot of enemy fighters at Calcutta. On Sumatra, I need to get this dot base captured here, and then I can go ahead and go into Medan and take this stupid thing out. He's still got a couple hurricanes here and a bunch of float planes, but he's going to quickly run out of places to operate these. So these guys are probably going to fly out of here and go to Ceylon if they even have the range for that. The fighters are kind of out of luck. Just took this base, so these guys are going to continue pushing on into Prabo. These guys are going to move into Jambi to take that oil base, and then I have 18th Division is done landing, looks like. The rest of the 18th Division is pushing on, and we'll be going into Palembang probably within about a week. All right, Dutch troops continue to move into this open hex here. I don't know how many are moving. It doesn't really matter to me. There's nowhere for them to really go. So they can go here if they want. They're just going to, you know, be more of a problem than a help for himself. Okay, in the Philippines, I think it was a turn or two ago, we captured Tacloban. I don't recall if I had that on video, but I'm just packing up this amphibious brigade to get ready for operations on Tarakan. And Clark is Clark and Bataan is Bataan. There's not much happening here. Just doing dot bases in the Dutch East Indies. And these guys are moving towards Derby. We just captured Wyndham here. A bunch of allied ships are operating over here. I kind of want to detach a destroyer force here. Let's go form new task force. Let's send a couple destroyers down there to see what they can do. I'll send them down there, see if we can shoot some stuff up. I don't want them to go into Perth because there's mines there. So we'll have them go here. And on normal threat tolerance, they should not go into a minefield, I hope. We'll find out. We'll find out, right? Okay, these guys just captured this dot base. And I send these guys here. I do have Nels in the hex now, and I'm going to use them to slow down the allied troops moving around. Because I don't want him to get to Calgary, because that's going to open that rail line and allow the potential for allied reinforcements to come this way, which I don't want. So I'm going to just keep using the Nels to bomb these guys, and then I'll probably use transport planes to bring part of this 38th Division into Calgary to defend against their advance towards Calgary. And we'll stop them there while the rest of the body moves in to take Perth and these other bases here. Okay, in Australia, a little bit of a concern here. I had these two SNLF units moving in here, and the intent was to get in here and quickly close these hex sides off. Oop, no. to keep him from being able to move around. But unfortunately, he got one unit in. My bombers could not fly to slow these guys down. But what I'm going to do is send all my bombers and fighters on this next turn to defeat them, and then we're going to try to close these hex sites and just kind of keep him from being able to shuttle troops back and forth. We'll see how successful that's going to be. I don't know. Wish me luck, I guess. I would not be surprised if he took some armor from here and moved it here. Honestly, if he did, though, that wouldn't be the worst thing ever, because that'd give us more of a chance to take Toowoomba back. And again, a really abysmal strat bombing effort on Sydney. Very unsuccessful last couple days doing that. Allied forces, they got quite an operation here at Pago. It says there's battleships sighted here. I don't know if that's true, but I wouldn't be surprised. He's turning this into a huge base, and I need to start getting some subs like over here to keep any advances coming this way. So I'll probably take these guys and set them up over here and start making a submarine blockade of Pago from both directions. Reminds me, how badly damaged is this sub? That one's not. This one, minimally damaged. Okay, well, that's the turn, guys. It's going to start getting spicy here in a couple turns. I have some other plans. And then Western Australia are still pushing down. Unfortunately, this stack is taking forever to get us into Perth. We would have been in Perth already were it not for these guys. And that buys him time, and time buys him options. Catch you guys on the next one.